Settle in, my dear one, and let your mind drift to a world of green hills and whispering trees, where the sunlight dances through leaves and ancient spirits Wutambershahua in the quiet earth. Close your eyes softly, and let me tell you a story about two sisters, a loving family, and the gentle magic that resides just beyond our everyday sight. Our tale begins with a new adventure for a young family. There was Tatsuo, a kind and clever father, and his two bright daughters, Satsuki, the older sister, always thoughtful and brave, and little Mei, full of boundless curiosity and sweet wonder. Their dear mother, Yasuko, was staying in a hospital for a time, needing extra rest to recover her delicate health, and they hoped she would soon be well enough to join them. So the father and daughters decided to move to a lovely old house in the peaceful countryside, close to where their mother was resting. Their new home was an old, charming place, nestled amongst fields of green and towering trees. It creaked and whispered secrets, a house with a feeling of deep history, where the sunlight played hide and seek through the dusty windows. As they explored, they discovered little creatures, shy and quick as shadows, darting into forgotten corners. These were the Susuwatari, or soot sprites, tiny dust-like spirits who loved quiet, untouched places. They were nothing to fear, just fleeting glimpses of magic, and the girls giggled as they watched them vanish. Their father, with a twinkle in his eye, reassured them that such old houses often held such gentle inhabitants, and that if they were kind, the spirits would soon move to another forgotten place. Indeed, after a thorough cleaning, the Susuwatari quietly decided to leave, venturing forth to find new, undisturbed realms. Life began in their new home. Satsuki, with her school bag on her back, would walk to the nearby village for her lessons, a journey that sometimes felt long, but always led her back to the comforting presence of her family. Mei, still too young for school, spent her days exploring the garden and the nearby woods, her imagination blooming amidst the wildflowers. They met kind Granny, who lived nearby and helped them settle in, her gentle wisdom a comfort. They also encountered Kanta, a boy from the village, who at first seemed a little shy, perhaps even a bit gruff, but whose heart, like a hidden spring, was warm and good. One peaceful afternoon, as Mei played alone in the garden, her sharp eyes caught sight of something truly extraordinary. A tiny, white, ghost-like creature, no bigger than her thumb, scurried across the grass, holding a small bag. Filled with gentle wonder, Mei, her tiny feet padding softly, decided to follow. The little creature led her further into the verdant woods, and soon it was joined by another, slightly larger, blue-furred spirit. They moved with a graceful, silent swiftness, and Mei, her heart alight with curiosity, followed them deeper and deeper into the emerald-green heart of the forest. The curious creatures led her through a secret tunnel of roots, hidden beneath an ancient, enormous camphor tree. Mei tumbled gently into a sun-dappled clearing, and there, truly magnificent and grand, was a very big, furry creature, sound asleep. This was Totoro, the king of the forest, a being of immense size and gentle spirit. His fur was soft and grey, his whiskers long and twitching as he breathed a deep, rumbling snore. Mei, with innocent courage, rested her head on his enormous, soft tummy, feeling the gentle rhythm of his breathing, until sleep, warm and comforting, claimed her too. Satsuki, searching for her little sister, soon found Mei nestled amongst the roots of the great tree, dreaming of forest friends. She was surprised, but knew in her heart that Mei had experienced something truly special. Their father, hearing their wondrous tale, respected their discovery, reminding them of the beautiful magic that sometimes reveals itself to those with open hearts. Life settled into a rhythm, filled with the simple joys of country living. One rainy evening, the sisters stood at the bus stop, their yellow raincoats bright against the deepening twilight, waiting for their father to return from work. The rain fell softly, a peaceful rhythm on their umbrellas. Then a presence joined them. It was Totoro. He stood patiently beside them, a huge green leaf sheltering him from the rain. Satsuki, with quiet courage, realizing he was getting a little wet, gently offered him an extra umbrella they had brought for their father. Totoro seemed delighted by the gift, his big eyes blinking in appreciation. With a rumble that sounded like distant thunder, he gave them a parcel of seeds, a special thank you before his majestic bus arrived, a wondrous, furry, multi-legged vehicle with kind, glowing eyes, the cat bus, which whisked him away into the night. The girls, full of quiet excitement, planted Totoro's seeds in their garden. One moonlit night, they awoke to a soft, enchanting melody. Outside, the three Totoros, the grand Totoro, the blue Chu Totoro, and the tiny white Chibi Totoro, were dancing a silent, magical dance around the seeds. Satsuki and Mei, unable to resist the magic, joined them, their hearts light with wonder, their little bare feet tapping softly on the dewy grass. As they danced, the seeds sprouted and grew, climbing higher and higher, faster and faster, until they formed a colossal tree reaching the stars, its branches laden with shimmering leaves. It was a dreamlike vision, a secret shared between the children and their forest friends. By morning, the magnificent tree had gently vanished, leaving behind only tiny saplings, a quiet reminder of their extraordinary dream. Their visits to their dear mother in the hospital continued. She was slowly recovering, but still needed extra rest. A letter arrived one day, bringing a tiny cloud of worry. Their mother would need to stay a little longer than expected. This news made Mei feel a tiny bit sad and worried, longing for her mother's warm embrace. She quietly decided that she must help. Wishing to bring her mother comfort and strength, little Mei quietly set off on her own, carrying a precious ear of freshly picked corn, intending to take it to the hospital. For Mama, she thought, to make her better. But the path was long and winding, and soon Mei, small and determined, found herself a little lost, the big world feeling a little too vast. Satsuki, realizing Mei was gone, felt a flutter of worry, a little panic in her heart. She searched everywhere, her voice calling out for her little sister, her heart longing to find her. She asked everyone she knew, including kind Granny, who immediately began to help search, her own heart full of concern for Mei. The whole village joined in, their gentle voices calling through the fields, but Mei was nowhere to be found. With courage born of deep love and growing desperation, Satsuki ran to the great camphor tree, the heart of the forest, and called out to Totoro. And he, in his magnificent, understanding way, appeared. He listened to Satsuki's worried plea, his big eyes reflecting her concern. With a soft, deep whistle, a wondrous, furry, multi-legged vehicle appeared. The cat bus. Its kind, glowing eyes seemed to promise help, its warm, inviting interior a beacon of hope. The cat bus, with Satsuki safely inside, carried her through the gathering twilight, its paws barely touching the ground as it soared above fields and houses, searching for Mei. Its journey was swift and silent, a true marvel. Soon, the cat bus gently brought Satsuki to where Mei was sitting, safe and sound, though a little tired and quite relieved by a path near a statue. What a relief, what a joy to be reunited. The sisters hugged tightly, their hearts overflowing with love. But their journey wasn't quite over. The cat bus then took them on a special trip. It carried them high above the hospital, a silent, furry shadow against the moonlit sky. It paused, allowing them to peek through a window, and there they saw their mother and father, completely unaware of the magical transport outside. The sisters, with gentle hands, carefully placed the ear of corn with the words, "To Mum," lovingly etched onto it on the windowsill, a silent message of love and hope. Later, their mother discovered the fresh green corn, a mysterious and comforting gift. She knew in her heart it was a message of love from her children, a promise of their unwavering affection. Soon after, she was well enough to return home, and their family was together again, happy and whole. The Totoros, those gentle spirits of the forest, continued to watch over them, their presence a quiet, comforting secret, a guardian of the family's happiness. And so the girls grew up, always remembering their extraordinary friends, knowing that magic truly lived in the quiet beauty of the world, just waiting to be seen by those who believe. Now, with your heart full of gentle wonder and a peaceful spirit, drift into your own sweet dreams, safe and sound, knowing that even in the quietest corners of the world, magic and love are always near. Good night, my dear.